Hey, warriors. So there's a reason, certain figures in our history, in mythology, make people uncomfortable. You know, most people, I guess, perceive things right off the bat. You know, Callie is one of those things that make people uncomfortable. Okay? People see imagery of her and they instantly go to destruction, darkness, something to be feared. It's like that with a lot of women, or even mythical women. I tend to see her a bit literal, but that's me. Um, and back to the destruction, the darkness, and the fear where Callie is concerned. That's not what she represents at all. Callie is not chaos just for the sake of chaos. You know, she is what happens when illusion can no longer survive. She doesn't destroy the damn truth, she destroys what is false. Those identities that we cling to that aren't real. The structures that were built on control. The parts of us that were never aligned to begin with. And that's why people fear her, because transformation isn't like sitting up on cloud nine. It's not gentle a lot of the time. And it's especially not gentle when you're still attached to what's being removed. You know? But that removal, that's a clearing. A lot of times without that clearing, nothing real is going to be able to take its place. You know? Um and what was labeled as, I guess, destructive, a lot of times it's just necessary. You know? You can't step into something new while you are holding on to what no longer fits. You know? Um and this doesn't just apply to mythology. Like I said, I see her a bit more literal, but that's me. Um but it does show up in your life in moments when everything feels like it's falling apart. You know, those identities that don't make sense anymore, the patterns that have already started breaking down, right? I mean, that's not always something going wrong, though. Sometimes it's just that clearing happening. Most people resist it, they fight it. They try to hold everything together. But the more you resist sometimes, the harder it feels. I mean, I think we figured a lot of that out, anyways. But, transformation, a lot of times, it's not asking you for permission, it's just happening, you know? And I think, you know, to make it easier, a shift to make it easier is learning how to move with it when it's happening. You know, not seeing it as something attacking you all the time. Sometimes it's there refining you, you know, because what's real, it's going to remain, it's not going nowhere. And what isn't, then I guess it was never meant to stay in the first place. I don't know. better questions here again. You know, when something happens to us, what that we perceive as being bad, what do we always do? We always ask, why is this happening to me? Right? You know, a better question is, what is being cleared so something more aligned can take its place? Again, we have to start asking better questions. I love you.